What about me?
and Danny, but you're leaving.
Yay!
Okay, welcome to episode 2 of season 2 of the Virtual Reality Hour. Tonight, my co-hosts are Agamemnus, BOSL, Fatherjack, and Moo Roo. Say hi, guys.
Hello.
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 Tonight we'll be going through a few different demos. A lot of them have to do with racing or like a car type, or a vehicle type demo. I'll be starting with Proton Pulse, followed by Radial G, Vanguard V, Snowboarding, Unpossible, Live for Speed, Lava Inc., Poly Rider, and if there's enough time, Fourth Floor Studio. So, for those of you that didn't watch last week, I explained the differences between the DK1 and the DK2. So if you're interested in that, I recommend having a look at the previous episode to get a good explanation of that. So let's boot up Proton Pulse. Well, I should probably say what it is first. So this is a classic arcade brick-breaking action from a whole new perspective. So I've really got no idea what to expect, but let's hope it's good. And let's I've got my my trusty bucket here just in case.
Make sure you record the bucket, that's the most important bit.
Okay. It's crashed on me. Good start. Yeah, let's try again. Okay, tap. I do like this. I had a little go before. They get you to tap the side of your Rift to center the positioning, which is really good when you can't actually see the keyboard. If it wants to actually work, just kind of hitting myself in the head now. Good job.
Maybe you need to do it harder.
Calibration stuff. Yes, I'm done. Tap. There we go. Alright. Cool intro. Okay, I just want to say pretty much all the games tonight are either demos or alpha or beta versions. So we've got a cool menu here. We're just going to hit start. Do I have to tap? I have to tap. Alright. World 1. Is that you, Danny? So it's like a Fucking Skype.
This looks like a trippy version of Pong.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a 3D version of Pong, but you know the breaker, like the 2D.
Yeah, the ones that you have.
Yeah, you have to break the bricks. Yeah. And sorry for all that noise on the stream. Someone decided to call me on Skype, so I have to restart the game. Great. Alright, let's see if we can get through this quickly. Tap. Calibrator, let's do it.
Jetliet disconnected from your channel.
Bye, Danny.
If anything, this lasts a bit long. Like, there's no real way to skip it. Alright. Demo, great, start. Let's try this again. So yeah, I kind of do have like a Pong paddle, I guess. So you can move with the...
How does it feel on then having to move around so much to move the little ball?
I generally like the games that kind of just use the head tracking to control the game, because it's not as nausea inducing. Next, let's do it.
I have to say, how could you miss? How could you miss?
So this level looks like an exploding one. It's hard. Okay. It's hard to judge the angle.
I think it's good.
Oh, there we go.
Do you reckon?
Okay, this one's actually moving. And I've got some kind of power up. I'm shooting multiple balls out at once.
You love your multiple balls. Grab a deal of rubber across your chest. We know you love it.
Jesus Christ.
There is cheers, get more balls in that rubber. Whoa.
It's definitely hard with the solid colored geometry to see if it's actually going to hit it, or like if it's actually going to hit an edge.
SW Gaming is not your channel.
And it is getting a lot faster.
So
I'm
you're
sure.
holding that ball at the moment, or tracking your head?
Yeah, so I'll stay still, and there's like this rectangle kind of thing. That's my paddle. But sometimes, especially when the ball gets closer, it's a bit hard to judge. Like, I'm not sure how it is on the stream, but it's just how it feels inside the Rift. And you can kind of take the paddle outside of the viewing area, so it's like not even really inside anymore.
Yep, you can just see the pedal. It's like goes through, see through.
Yeah, yeah. It's really hard to hit it back, especially if it hits something right in front of you and just goes 10 times faster suddenly. Not sure how I missed that one. Like it hits the back wall, kind of goes the same speed, but for every block it hits, it kind of not doubles in speed, but got some kind of electric power up now. And I can barely see it because lightning's coming out of my puddle. Not quite sure what this power-up's really doing. Like, is it an AoE kind of effect, or... I feel like it's kind of got like a curved path and I'm guiding it a little bit.
Has your paddle changed?
Yeah, I get like a power-up. I'm not sure how I got the power-up, but I got a power-up.
Maybe enough blocks.
Yeah, it looks like it's gone to like an oval shape rather
Yeah,
than
yeah.
a rectangle.
Ah, okay. There's an object in the level. And I've got a power up now, it just goes straight through the blocks. So, like, there's a lot of classic breakout kind of power ups. It's got like some 8-bit techno soundtrack. It's hard to get the right angle, especially when the ball's in the corner.
You're on a rolly chair, Moo.
There we go.
Oh,
A bit rude. You can lean, but it doesn't seem to do too much. Just looking left and right, maybe just a little bit, takes it across the whole screen. So this one seems to have a barrier which I can't hit through, and I can only hit the blocks when they come through.
So you're actually able to like guide the ball in a different direction by putting like angling the movement of your head.
Kinda, but I'm a little bit terrible at it, so.
I can see that.
I love the vote of confidence, Casey. Oh, there he goes.
I was just watching it, you're not very good at aiming.
You come play this game then.
Move your head a bit more.
I don't think that'll help, to be honest.
I kind of want to get a clip of your head speed it up a bit.
I somehow got the lightning power up again. There's one block left.
Yeah.
Some kind of Easter egg in this one. And this one's circular rather than a rectangle type shape. And it's rotating. We've got extra balls in this one.
Never have enough balls.
Oh.
Well,
The ball went straight from my face. Like, you want to keep the extra balls, but you don't want to lose the green one. seems to be a block I can't break in this one.
Maybe you have to hit it a couple of times?
Possibly. There's no kind of indicator though to whether it's like broken. Like if that's the case, like you'd think there'd be some cracks in the block or something like that.
Yeah.
It's an interesting game. Thoughts on that game?
I don't know, you weren't describing it enough and I can't see you.
Lovely, thanks
Pretty
Danny.
cool.
I play that one.
Yeah, it wasn't hard to play, like the controls were easy, I didn't feel nauseous at all. Except for when the ball kind of came from my face, without me seeing it somehow. Yeah, like, that was a cool idea.
It'd be good if it was multiplayer and you had people either end of that.
Yeah, that would be, especially the multiple balls, that would be very chaotic. Okay, next we got Radial G, which is a kind of, there's a lot of kind of games like this coming out lately that I've noticed. Like they're kind of on a circular, it's like a cylinder track, and you can kind of turn all the way around it. So this demo is kind of like a sci-fi version of that. If you don't know what I mean from the description, you'll see when I get in the game. The only issue I have with this game is you can't boot it, as far as I know, in Rift mode. You kind of have to have it in just a normal mode, and then tick this Rift enabled checkbox, which I think you can see on the screen now, which is incredibly hard to see in the Rift. All the buttons are at the bottom. You're using a gamepad for this one. Even that loading screen is just not moving. So basically, you're basically doing a lap of this whole course. This is just a demo version, and they will have multiplayer. Pretty sure. And you can go all the way around like this, which can get a little bit nauseating. And then there's all these boosts and stuff everywhere. I'm not sure why I'm not in the middle of the cockpit. So when I hit the red, then it slowed me down. cool. Like, I'm not feeling nauseous at all, even though it's a very fast-paced game. Unless I go all the way around like this, I kind of get a little bit dizzy. But the DK2 I've found is you don't get, it's nowhere as bad as the DK1 in terms of nausea. So I think this track goes for about 3 or 4 minutes, usually. There's another game I'm going to test later on that's it's a lot like this, which I haven't tried out, but the whole like boost system and that kind of thing is very different. I think I just saw a Facebook ad.
Oh god, no.
It's the way of the future.
So what did they change to counter the nausea in the DK1
So I'm not sure if you saw the previous episode, but basically the DK2 uses a thing called low persistence. So generally you have a monitor, and the graphics card renders a frame, and that gets sent to the monitor and it's displayed, and then you'll have 30 frames a second or whatever you have. But with low persistence, the frame flickers on, and then the screen goes black until the next frame comes on. So if you move your head while that frame is static, you won't get any motion blur. So your brain just kind of connects the motion of the images together. Like it's going so fast, you don't really see the like individual frames as such. But yeah, like it's definitely noticeable between the DK1 and DK2. The last episode I did like 9 or 10 months ago was in Half-Life 2 VR, and that was incredibly nauseating. I couldn't finish the episode just because I was standing. I was at one point where you're on the roof escaping, and I looked down and I just couldn't do it anymore. Like, especially with the low res of the DK1. Like the DK2 has a 1080p screen, but you can still just see the gap between pixels. And the DK1 is very noticeable, especially with the lenses right in front of your eyes. So yeah, this game's kind of got all these banner ads everywhere. There is a game called Technolust which I really want to show on this, but it doesn't work with the streaming properly. So I'll have to find a workaround for that. But it's one of the few games that have been kickstarted and are actually like going to be full games for the Rift. And I'm stopped now for some reason. Done, apparently.
Did you win?
Yeah, it just kind of stopped without any feedback or anything like that. Yeah, it's pretty smooth demo.
Was that meant to be the end of the track? Doesn't look like the end of the track.
It loops around. I think I did 2 laps. So. Yeah, it's pretty smooth.
Okay.
It's one of the few games that have been kickstarted and are actually
Alright.
But yeah, that's just a demo of the single player, so I'm sure there's more tracks and more features and that kind of thing that are coming, and multiplayer as well. So the next game I'll try is called Vanguard V, and this is by the same people who did the first game, Proton Pulse. So I'll launch that up. Got to calibrate as well. I do like the hands-free calibrations. Kind of feel like that reminds me of the Super Smash Brothers ending where you're kind of shooting all the attacks. This is very loud. It was like Proton Pulse. That was incredibly loud. Turn that down by half. Hopefully it doesn't crash on me. Okay.
I feel like I can almost touch it.
We can play with celestial bodies later. I'm detecting an increase in hostile activity ahead. Departure would be recommended.
You're no fun.
They just like
Switch me to your view.
So I've got a helmet on.
Weird. It's like my arm is on the wrong side.
You'll get used to the mirrored image. It will feel more natural when you're flying in front of me. Besides, you lack a certain
And I've kind of got
situational
a HUD
This will help.
and my eyes reflected back on me. I seem to be a chick with blue eyes.
Here we go.
Who knew?
This might seem logical, but I've learned you're not always driven by common sense. So keep your heat shield functioning, or things will get very hot.
Your thing, boss.
Might I recommend avoiding collision with those big rock-shaped things? They will damage your heat shield.
Whoa now.
Gee, really?
Clicked outside of the Rift. I've got no idea what the controls are, so that's great. So I think that's me. Well, that's meant to be me. And I'm just kind of viewing myself in third person.
Warning. Parasite activity detected. Weapon systems activated. Go get him.
I have a feeling I'm gonna look like a retard now. Just kind of locking onto everything and targeting.
Don't worry, it's not that tough.
So, this is pretty fun to play, but it must be, it's definitely one of those demos you want to watch someone play.
Might I recommend? If it makes you feel any better, they probably think you are a lot grosser.
I've got kind of like a crosshair on my HUD. that kind of guides where it's flying.
A lot of junk out here.
I wouldn't recommend colliding with the space debris. Now's not the time for recycling.
recommends Star Citizen.
Star Citizen. I'll have to check up at that and get back to you.
Yeah, Star Citizen would look amazing too. Yeah, I've got the what's the name? Page pack. It's a really good looking game. That'd be interesting.
Another factor you have to kind of take into consideration is crash on that. It kind of needs to be at least 60 to 75 frames per second because you're rendering the image twice on either eye. So on the stream you can see my left eye, but the right eye is covered by the webcam.
As I mentioned before, try running into the parasites. Think of your heat shield as a big fly swatter.
So I think this was put up on Kickstarter, but I don't think it was successful. I think I was looking at it earlier. They wanted 198 grand, and they got about 30.
With the training module and less on the information networks,
I'm not sure why you need so much money. I think Technolust funded with 30 or 40k. What's your thoughts on this game, guys?
Heat shields reaching dangerous levels. Be more careful.
I'd be a
Warning,
little bit
large parasite
having,
cluster detected.
like, seeing the inside of the helmet, but kind of also being third person.
Yeah, it is a bit strange of a control system.
I think it's great.
But yeah, like it does suit the Rift, like especially bringing all the HUD in and kind of curved around the
From who?
stereoscopic image.
Hey, thanks for trying out the Kickstarter demo. If you've already heard this message, feel free to mash any key on your keyboard to skip it. I'm trying to lay down the foundation for a VR-dedicated game studio, and with your help we can achieve that and finish this title. On the next page, you'll be able to enter your name and your email address. Your name and your score will be...
So yeah, that was unsuccessful on Kickstarter. So I'm not sure what the developer's doing with that. But that's some pretty cool demo. You can definitely do a lot with that. And I definitely like that developer's style of controlling without using any peripherals, like just a headset. And this Kasan Wasabi guy is complaining about putting LOL there. Well, I'm constantly changing games. There is no Oculus Rift category, and League of Legends is generally the most watched game on Twitch. There's my reasoning. So, what did you think, BOSL?
Yeah.
Would you buy a game like that?
Yeah, I would. I personally would.
Mary?
I'd get it
So-
to play it, but I think it'd be a little bit... I don't know. I liked the earlier game better.
Your neck would get sore?
Yeah, you were moving your head around quite a lot for that one.
All I can say is next Soundwave concert, I will have the biggest neck muscles out. So much head banging.
Alright, so the next demo is snowboarding. When I booted this up before, it started spinning around and around, probably because of one of my controllers I plugged in, but hopefully it doesn't do that
Oh,
now.
please don't do that.
Please do that. I want you can puke.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, do that.
And Zarius, I'd hold off on the Hydra. Later this year, Six Sense, who made the Hydra, they're releasing a development kit for their STEM system, which is basically the wireless version of the Hydra, and you also get a few more trackers and that kind of thing, which will be really cool to test out. They've got a awesome lightsaber demo on their YouTube page, so I'm waiting for them to release that demo. Okay.
There's a link in the chat for you now.
Okay, move WASD space to jump, and left mouse to move the view. So you'd think with a snowboard demo you'd kind of be slide on, but it's a little hard using keyboard controls once you get it strapped to your chest or something. So I'm not sure if this has gamepad support. Let's have a look. It does. Great. Let's jump.
This one looks fun. I'd like
Yeah,
it.
this looks really cool.
It would be great if you could look down and see your body.
Yeah, you just kind of look down, see a board, and it doesn't matter how much I turn around, and my view isn't changing, which is all right. Reduces sickness.
We play it in summer and sit in front of an air conditioner.
That'd work.
This is a good concept. Another one would be, you know those winged suits, how they jump out of a helicopter and they're like
Yeah. Yep.
down along a hill. That'd be insane.
Oh, that would be so cool.
I feel like I've kind of run out of snow, or I just can't really see because it's all white. What's that do? Definitely a cool concept, and yeah, I don't know. It felt kind of off, like with the you're just kind of hanging above the board. The controls were a little strange. Well, not strange. But they felt like they didn't do a whole lot. If you know what I mean.
It's kind of a good idea though, like, if they fixed it up a bit.
Yeah, like it's definitely a cool concept.
Rift version of SSX tricky.
Yeah, or even like a Tony Hawk's type game would be awesome.
Downhill slalom skiing, be good.
Alright, so next we've got a game called Unpossible. So, Unpossible will test your skills, your reflexes, and even your memory. It will make you smile, it will probably make you scream. You will die often and it will always be your fault. Fight to learn the obstacles, they already know how to fight you. Relentless, thrilling, Unpossible.
I have a feeling you're going to be failing a lot at this one.
Yeah. Yeah, I am. The comments on it are kind of like, I'm failing 30 seconds in. So, we'll see how this goes. Rift. Let's have to set it as primary monitor. For some reason it won't move to the Rift screen because I've got two monitors in the Rift. Let's turn off the second monitor and see what happens.
So, Naked, we've got Shadow requesting a nip slip.
A nip slip? You got your nip slip last week, so...
He said he's risking his job just to see it.
Can I at least give him some side boob?
Yeah, do it.
Alright, so let's see if this is lined up properly. Kind of, but not really. Oops, the game has crashed. Let's try this again. It's opening halfway between both the Rift and my actual monitor. Okay. Can you guys see that alright?
Health and safety warning. Here we go.
Okay, so you can see that alright. Because this isn't full screen, I can kind of see the edge of the window, and it's kind of annoying it doesn't go to the right place. But let's have a go. Fuck. This is very fast.
Oh wow.
Controls are very sensitive.
I look up to see what you guys are looking at. Next thing you know, like, what the fuck is this? It's like Tron on steroids.
Pretty much. Oh. It's hard when you go around a bend. Come on. Come on, Josh.
Use the force.
Whoa.
Oh, 11 seconds!
Oh, you beat it.
Oh. Best 14.38. I almost beat it then.
You can, if he makes it to 30 seconds, he's going to flash his lower half.
Not at all. I have a feeling Twitch might ban me then. New best, 20.04. Slowly getting better, but the controls are very touchy.
Can you imagine playing this and all you had was head movement?
Well, then you'd surely cramp your neck if you had to move that fast.
No, BOSL could handle it. He goes to Soundwave.
Oh yeah.
Preparing for the headbanging.
Getting there.
Get
So the level looks like it's the same every time, right?
Yeah. Jesus Christ. I wouldn't say the same.
You started on a different location.
Wow, I'm doing really well this time. Fuck. 42.45. I'm happy with that.
Jinx yourself, man.
I'm happy with that.
There's been some bullshit ones there that you shouldn't have gotten.
Yeah, there's some ass in there. Holy shit.
Alright, so I'll turn my other monitor back on. Alright, so next we got Live for Speed. So this is a car racing game, which I don't think it's in release, but it's free, and you get to customize your car and whatnot. So I've set it up with the wheel previously, so yeah, just let me open it up. What did you guys think of that demo?
I see a lot of people throwing their Oculus out the window.
Yes.
So, for those of you that can't afford an Oculus, just stand outside your mate's house and wait for them to throw it.
Maybe just buy them that game first.
It's like those Impossible games on Facebook or whatever, or that flying unicorn one.
Angry Birds. Just gotta keep doing it.
I think I do it just to beat someone else's
So for some reason it's not registering on OBS. Try opening it again. There we go. So I need to hit OK when I'm ready. So would you guys buy that previous game? Or is it just kind of you would?
Not too sure if I'd buy that one, just because it doesn't look like it's that...
There's not much to it, but
yeah, the Oculus. Previous one, definitely. I think that'd be fantastic.
yeah.
That with multiplayer, yeah, like a couple of people flying beside you as well. Be really cool.
Okay. Let's go for a test drive. So I can look out of my car. The mirror doesn't change at all, the rear view mirror. But I can look behind me if I want. I mentioned it last week, but one of the main problems with the DK1 and racing games, you couldn't really see the corner coming.
Oh, hi Nick, it's Dad.
I think he's wondering what you're looking at.
He's just looking at you like, can't believe this is my son.
Walks off after the scars of disappointment.
So just bear in mind, I'm terrible at racing games. But I try.
You seem to be closer in this one than you were in the one last week.
Yeah, I'm definitely like, it feels like these are my arms that are on the wheel.
Instead of kind of being off in the middle. That was Truck Simulator, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Euro Truck Simulator too. Yeah, the start position for that was very strange. Like, you had to be in the exact right position, otherwise you could end up on the other side of the cab. And I wasn't sure if there was a reset position, default position for that. If there was, I'd solve that issue. So this is pretty much a must-have for people who love driving simulators, I'd say.
You did a bit of a head swerve. Like look to your left and right as if someone was overtaking you.
If I can drive straight. Oh no. Yeah, it does. The side mirrors work, but the rear mirror works too. And I should probably watch where I'm going.
Well, so you don't spin off the road?
Yeah, something like that. Like that's generally a good thing, right?
No, it's a definite must-have. Simply amazing.
Yeah, I can imagine with if they do manage to put a 4K monitor inside the Rift, like this will be flawless. Like it'll be like actually driving it, especially with the racing peripheral.
Hopefully they could get some, like a nice variety of tracks in there too.
Yeah, like even the shadows, like it just all feels real. Especially on a game with better graphics, it'll definitely put the realism right up there.
Whoa.
I'm gonna crash and burn on this corner. I think I fucked it up when I was setting up the wheel. I kind of don't turn too much until I really go over the the whole way around.
What wheel are you using there, Nathan?
This is a Logitech G27. You can get them for about $260 or so, I think. I think it was $270 at Umart. Yeah, like you get the wheel and it's got like so if I spin out, like it comes back, it's realistic like that. Like and it's exactly like what I'm looking at is where it is. Well, I've screwed it up in the settings, but it is like you can get it to be exactly the same position in game as it is here. There is a gear stick here, but I don't really have it on a solid table, so I'm not using it. And there are pedals underneath the table for the accelerator, the brake, and the clutch. So we've got time for one more game before we go. So Fatherjack here has suggested I do a roller coaster again. This one's called. Yeah.
I personally think you need to do the elephant one again.
Okay, Dumpy going elephants isn't DK2 compatible yet. But I definitely will retest it once it does become compatible. Okay. What do you guys think of that racing demo?
Fantastic. Oh, yeah, really, really good.
Looks pretty fun.
You can see how responsive it is with your headset. Like, that's probably one of the best I've seen.
No, it's very accurate with the infrared camera. There's no drift at all.
I've got the force feedback wheels and that, and you can feel the whole how like they slide or skid out or go over ripple. That coupled with that with the Oculus would be just like being there. It'd be unreal.
Right,
well, get the full experience.
Let's test this roller coaster out, eh? Okay. Please sit up straight and press the R key. Because at the moment my head's on my knees apparently. And I can look back at myself. Okay. Lean forward to determine your speed. Okay.
Sorry, we're getting a black screen.
Shit. probably check that, hey? Okay, you getting that now? It should be up there now.
Give us a couple of seconds.
OBS doesn't automatically put it up sometimes. Okay. So I am a person, and I seem to be strapped to some chair. So I lean forward to determine my speed. Speed up, and you can only determine your own speed on the blue tracks. Okay. This is gonna be terrible. What have you done to me, Fatherjack?
It's coming, man.
Okay, there's a lot of lava, as you would expect in Lava Inc. Just one question: am I gonna need the buckets?
If you do it right, yes. Make sure you lean forward.
Green track again. Okay, I don't get control on the green tracks. So it's about to change. Oh shit. I'm doing it right now, but you see people play roller coaster demos, and they kind of tilt their head to the angle they're on the tracks. So we're back on blue. Let's get up to the top quick. I've got no idea how close I am to the webcam, but I'm probably right in front of it.
You're actually off to the left.
Wow,
That was pretty
what a
cool.
jump.
I like the fact Mackett's all calm. He's like, yeah, it's totally gonna make it.
Oh, that wasn't so bad. Back to the start again. It's nowhere near as bad as the other demo where you get to control the speed of the carnival ride. You can definitely be a dick to your friends with that one.
I have to find a teacup simulator.
Oh yeah.
That would make me sick.
And you need your friends to be spinning you around on your swirly chair.
So, what do you guys think of that final demo?
It's pretty cool. They can do a lot with that.
Yeah, like they could definitely expand that, and even like you could choose which track you go on or something, and just make this humongous roller coaster track, which you can kind of pick your course. Is there any game or type of game you guys would love to see in virtual reality? It could be an existing game or
Mech
just
Warrior
an idea.
with a whole cockpit set up.
Mech Warrior?
Carmageddon.
Carmageddon. I haven't actually played that one.
They're doing a remake of the old version. It used to be on like 686.
Okay.
Car game.
I'd be interested
I
to
gathered.
see a decent first-person shooter.
Yep. Yeah, I'm definitely keen to show Technolust off, because I've played a little bit of it, and it blows every other demo I've played out of the water. It's just it's incredibly immersive. And yeah, if you have any demo you want me to play, or you want me to try and play any DirectX based game, so you might request Mirror's Edge, for example, if you want me to die. You can suggest games on the Unreal Aussies forums, so unrealaussies.com. I'd like to thank my hosts for tonight, Agamemnus, BOSL, Fatherjack, and Moo Roo. Thanks for sticking around, and thanks for all your opinions. Have a good night.